Kenya unayoivunia, chagua Kenya unayoitaka. Tuungane pamoja tujenge nchi.
We received the budget, the approval late, and therefore by the time we are spending, and here I remember we are reporting on half year only, but they have already been captured in third quarter, Mr. Chairman. Yes. The other area that we can see that has been significant. We can be able to provide. Yes. Up to mid half year, and that's what we have reflected here. Yes, yes. So this is what we have reflected. So I was just trying to run you through which are the significant items. Like for example, if you go to page 6, you will see that we have an item for legal fees, dues and arbitration, whereby we were allocated 103 million for the purpose of paying legal fees, but we've only been able to reflect 409,000. And the reason for this, Mr. Chairman, is because when we entered the new financial year, we were asked that, this is related to pending bills for previous financial year, we were asked that all pending bills have to be audited and a report submitted to National Treasury. This is actually what caused the delay, but so far I think we have processed. This amount is going to be exhausted, all of it, because we have received already a go-ahead for us now to spend in that specific area. And as we are speaking, we have committed. This is for 18-19, yes. For 18-19 financial year. Yeah. So that basically explains what we've been able to spend. In construction that is in development, we've not been able to spend anything, Mr. Chairman. And the reason for that is because of the delayed obtaining of the BQs, there has also been variation in prices, and therefore we were forced to now to review the same. And that is why we have delayed, and we have not reflected any spending in that specific area of a development vote. In terms of project implementation status, Mr. Chairman, and in relation to linkages between us and the Big Four agenda, Mr. Chairman, in development, we are saying that we are not directly linked to the Big Four agenda. However, the project implementation is underway and at procurement stage. What we normally do to support the Big Four agenda is to ensure that at least work is given to local service providers and vendors. This at least will indirectly influence the Big Four agenda issues. Yes. And so we have shown there that we have not spent anything. So, Mr. Chairman, if you allow me, I go to planned new policies and programs, and that is under page 8. What you are saying there is that we are in the process of preparing to conduct boundaries delimitation, and initial preparations are underway, including but not limited to preparations and finalization of boundaries operations plan. The review will take place once the 2019 census exercise is complete. The Commission has, however, received correspondence from Third Way Alliance notifying us of their intention. What we are saying is that paragraph 13. What we are saying is that we have already planned. We prepared our plans. What we refer to as boundaries operations plan, which is going to guide us now to conduct the boundaries. Yes, and also preliminaries, for example, preparations, a bit of it. But we will only do now the real exercise after the census report is out. Yeah. So far, we only prepared the plans. We have one workshop whereby we had to retreat now to look at the plan in detail, which we have since finalized. Yes. And then on paragraph 14, Mr. Chairman, we are informing the committee that we have received correspondences from Third Way Alliance, of course notifying their intention to deliver or to submit to us signatures and the draft bill on Punguza Mzigo referendum call. We have responded to them, Mr. Chairman, and there's an indication they are saying that they will want to deliver the same on 21st. In that case, then, Mr. Chairman, we are saying that this is likely going to affect our activities in this financial year. And that's why we'll have our request at the end of the, in conclusions, we'll actually detail what is our request. And as far as this, yes. Mr. Chairman, Third Way Alliance initially notified the Commission last financial year that they notified the Commission that they are in the process of gathering signatures from electorates, the voters, and the aim of gathering signatures for them to bring to us a bill, and of course the signatures for consideration. Of course it will go through, this is by popular initiative, so it will have to go through the process of once we get the signatures, the signatures, we'll have to verify whether these ones are legitimate voters, and if it is true and they reach the threshold of 1 million and above, then we'll now send the same to the counties, and then from the counties the same is going to be discussed, and if it again also passes the threshold of 25 counties accepting, then it will be brought to the parliament. So what we are saying is that this is something that has not been budgeted for, but we are saying that now we've been they are going to submit the same, and once they do that, definitely it's going to have some budgetary implications, and therefore we need to bring it to attention so that this is an activity that is actually, yes. Then, Mr. Chairman, on they will present on 21st, Thursday, tomorrow, yes, yes. So on F, Mr. Chairman, regarding variation to existing program, which is one of your requirement, the Commission is implementing 2 programs currently, namely management of elections process in Kenya and delimitation of boundaries. Those are the 2 programs that we are doing, and there is no variation whatsoever in as far as that one is concerned. And number G, expected financial sources for capital projects. Mr. Chairman, the Commission receives and expects 100% support from the consolidated fund. We don't have any other source where we get funding from. Donors have always not been supportive when it comes to development budget. They've always supported us in training, workshops, but when it comes to buildings and the rest, they've always been unwilling to support us. And that's why we are saying here, we will definitely require the support of the national government. Yes. On project implementation status, Mr. Chairman, in 2017 general elections, which was conducted in 8th August and first presidential election, of course we had a Supreme Court ruling which necessitated us to do fresh presidential election. So these elections were funded over 3 financial periods, that is 2015-16, 2016-17, 2017-18. And they were drawn from the medium-term expenditure framework. The MTF process was informed by our strategic plan for the period 2015-2020 and our elections operations plan for the period 2015-2017. Now, over the MTF period, the Commission was allocated a total of 61,826 million, out of which we were able to, we were allocated. What we requested for was, we were allocated 61 billion, sorry, Mr. Chairman. We allocated 61,826 million, and we spent 53,530 million for that period. The table below, Mr. Chairman, there summarizes what was provided for and what was the actual. Yes, yes. So that is an area that we've not been able to But on the area of petitions, we'll actually manage that, Mr. Chairman. And then there was a question on, of course, on other suppliers. What are you doing, Mr. Chairman? For the other suppliers, I think it is governed by the law. The Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act is very, very clear. The default method is open tender. Open tender, it opens the same for competition. And over and above that, we also do market survey, whereby we get the values and costing for various commodities. And that basically will assist us to, when evaluation committee is conducting their work, they have regard to that. So that will be handled by that. And on the issue of referendum law, of course, Mr. Chairman, I agree with your comment. So we will service your request on addressing the priorities so that we can submit the same to this committee.
Okay, as you conclude, one, about the issue of the referendum. You know, the other day I was present a report. Now, if you look at item number 3 in our letter, all planned new policies. All planned new policies and programs, including proposed output reports. Why I felt it was good for you to capture the referendum issues and other issues is because of item number 3. And I will tell you why. The reason is because Treasury would like to form that, protection. Yes. Not to say there will be a referendum, but just in case
that forward looking, that is likely.
And I think it is very good that if there is any issue arising from that, because you are helping us to understand the likelihood we are going to emerge this report. So,
Mr. Chairman, if I can react, I think the reason why I didn't go that way was because the of 2019-2020 budget. But in the request here, there are 5 items. We are talking about 2018-2019, which is the current financial year, and it's ending in June. That's why for me, my interest was more of, if, for example, today we have received the signatures, we will definitely need the budget to actually do the work. And this one is going to be there for the next financial year, but we are well guided, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so members, I think we can let them. Please let us have the letter, then we see how far we can go in looking for more funding for your activities. Thank you very much, and you are now released.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chagua Kenya unayoivunia, chagua Kenya unayoitaka. Tuungane pamoja, tujenge nchi yetu. Kenya ni moja na sura ni moja.